want to say peace and blessings to everybody. We come out here on behalf of the Gathering of Christ Church. We're located on East 123rd Street in between 3rd Avenue and Lexington, or in East Harlem. We come out here, and first we want to give all glory and honor to the Heavenly Father, the great I Am. And his name in the Hebrew is Ahaya Ashar Ahaya, which means I am that I am, the name that he gave in Exodus chapter 3 to verse 15. The name he gave to the Israelites. We come out here on the Sabbath day to proclaim this gospel. You know, as we can see, the fact that everybody's running around, coming in and out of stores with bags in their hands and getting ready to do their thing, it's obvious that the law of the Most High is not established in this land. Because if it was, we wouldn't be doing these things on the Sabbath day. It's a sacred day. It's a day we are to separate from every other day. But obviously we're out here doing whatever we want to do, not knowing that the Heavenly Father ordained this day before he even created us. It shows you how much respect we have in this society for the Heavenly Father. It shows you how much respect this world has, this government, this system. But this new kingdom that's coming, there won't be no shopping or doing your thing on the Heavenly Father's day, the Sabbath day. There will be no shopping, clubbing, partying. Whatever you do that pleases you on the Heavenly Father's day will be eliminated. And if you don't want to partake in that, keeping the day sacred and holy, you'll be eliminated. We'll all be eliminated. That's what's coming. This day is going to be kept holy in the new kingdom. But let me digress from that. I want to bring out some information. Let's give me Ezekiel chapter 3 real quick. And brother, can you get that information in the binder? The information that we have printed out? Because some very interesting things took place recently. Yeah, we might need to put some more weights on those books, maybe on the top as well. Some very interesting things happened in the government recently. We got some information for you, brother. We got some flyers. Tom, you got the flyers with you. My brother got some flyers for you right here. Some very interesting things took place recently. Along with this government shutdown, something very interesting took place. You had your electronics benefit transfer, your EBT, shut down. How did this happen and why did this happen? Bless you, brother. Why is this significant? Why is this significant? You're going to come to find out that that was just a test. It was a proxy. Bless you, brother. It was a test to figure out how the dependents, the useless eaters would react when they shut off and took off their main source of feeding themselves and their families. You're gonna find out that was just a test ran by the elite. What was the result? We got some information here. Let's bring it out. We got some information that showed exactly how the people reacted, and they predicted it. Shoot, we predicted it. If you look at our church's teachings, it's obvious. It doesn't even take the church to bring this information out. Any person with common sense that looks at a people that are dependent on a system, and that system removes the dependency from the people, or what the people are dependent on, the people will react chaotically. They will react like mad men and mad women. And that's exactly what happened in these different states. So let's get some information on that. Let's read the title and let's start at the top.
EBT card users threaten Rodney King-style riots. EBT card users threaten Rodney King-style riots.
So EBT card users, who are your blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you Israelites, as soon as the EBT card, your electric benefits transfer was shut off, you were threatening a riot. Don't you know they set up Rex 84 to prepare for you to go off and riot? They've already set up legislation, ratified it, that as soon as these blacks and Hispanics start moving in an organized fashion through the inner cities, they're ready to shut it down and bring in the military force, the military fist, to shut it down and to move you in the quadrants where they have already allotted for you. So they already knew how we would react. Let's read on in the article.
Looting hit several Walmarts after the system was down for just hours.
It took hours for our people that are dependent, that are in a lost state already, to start looting and rioting. They predicted all of this. That should just give you should start analyzing your current situation. If all it takes is a couple of hours of you not receiving your benefits that you receive from the government, if it only takes a few hours for you to bug out, you should start analyzing yourself and your current situation. It doesn't favor you. And they know that, and they're playing on that. Read on.
EBT card users are threatening to stage Rodney King-style riots in Los Angeles if the electronic food stamp system crashes again, following Saturday's failure, which prompted looting at several Walmart stores.
Listen, it would have failed indefinitely if they didn't raise the debt ceiling. It would have failed indefinitely because America would have went into a default. You think they're worried about feeding 50 million, which the majority of those 50 million people are Israelites? You think they're worried about feeding you? No. That's not even on the list of priorities. They're waiting. They know this economic collapse is soon to take place. They know hyperinflation is soon to take place. And they know you're not prepared for it. They know it. Read on.
An EBT card user interviewed in the video above comments, they better resolve something, because if it says like this, if it stays like this, there's going to be an uproar in the city of LA. When the man is asked to clarify, he responds, "Hey, Rodney King, baby."
Hey, Rodney King. If you're familiar with what took place in '92, after the Rodney King incident, there were riots everywhere in Los Angeles. But it wasn't just Los Angeles. It was Louisiana. It was all over the country where the people weren't able to access EBT. Not only that, we're going to read more in the article that there was a glitch in the system also in a certain place in Louisiana. And in one specific Walmart, it was like a black card. It was a limited. So you know Israelites, you know we got in there and we filled 7 or 8 carts of food, knowing that we only had maybe $10, $20, $50 at most in these cards that we have in these EBT cards, and we were ready to spend or to buy or to steal, really, because that's what it was, steal $800, $900, $1,000 worth of food. Even if you have $10 in the card and you're ready to steal $800, $900 as soon as you feel you have the opportunity to. That's how desperate our people are. Some are real desperate and some are some really have the spirit of thievery. Knowing you have $10 in your card, you're ready to steal from Walmart hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise that you can't really afford. But because you feel that EBT gave you the black card, you're ready to go all out. That's the state of our people. We are the valley of the dry bones. That's us. And they use this just to see how we would react. Just to see how chaotic these blacks and Hispanics, these Israelites would get. That's us on these government fundings. That's us with these benefits. The majority of them. They knew exactly what they were doing. The only people that don't know that this was a test is us. We don't.
The man is referring to the 1992 LA riots, spurred by the Rodney King beating, which resulted...
Jump down in this right here, where it says several Walmarts.
Several Walmart stores suffered looting and mini riots following Saturday's EBT card shut-off, which was caused after a routine check by vendor Xerox Corp. resulted in a system failure.
This company, Xerox Corp, do your research. They don't have failures. They're given this contract by the federal government to oversee the EBT and other different programs, other programs. Not only by the federal government. Listen, this company does not make mistakes. They know that this economic collapse is soon to take place. So they said, you know what? Let's see how these sheep are going to react. Let's smite them real quick. Let's hit them real quick. And how they hit us was they took away how they feed us. They took it away for a second, just to see how we would react. Just to see how destitute and deplorable our mindset and our current condition actually is. And we found out real quick how bad it actually was. Read on.
Managers were forced to close a Walmart in Philadelphia, Mississippi, when people reacted to the failure by staging a mini riot. Meanwhile, in Walmart stores in Spring Hill and Mansfield, Louisiana, shoppers attempted to loot hundreds of dollars worth of groceries after the glitch temporarily allowed them to make unlimited purchases on their EBT.
You know what? For the individuals that are really in the condition where they have nothing, I can almost understand it. But there's some people that are just taking advantage of what they have because they don't want to do anything for anything. And I understand it, okay. But you're breaking a commandment. Thou shalt not steal. You know very well you had about $50 to $100 at most on your cards, but you're trying to walk out with thousands of dollars worth of merchandise. You're stealing. Thou shalt not steal. You're stealing. You're breaking the commandment of the Heavenly Father in mass numbers. And I understand some are in a condition where they felt like, you know what, I can feed my family for a while on this. This not even cutting it. I can almost understand that. But then, you know what, you're still stealing. You are still stealing. Read on.
Quote, Walmart and local police in Spring Hill and Mansfield confirmed a CBS affiliate, KSLA, that officers were called into the stores to help maintain order Saturday as shoppers swept through the aisles at two stores and bought as much as they could carry.
As much as they could carry. Not having the funds to even acquire these materials and merchandise, these foods. That's us. We have got to wake up. We are so conditioned and dependent. It is sad. It is truly sad. No sooner as they take a little bit away from us, we react like madmen. Let's jump down to where the people were talking. Brother, get that other article if you don't mind. Hey, Brother Zamar, I got another article. You got it? That's the other. What's that right there? Oh, perfect. Hold on to that. Thank you. Let's read some Twitter quotes. There's a new thing on Twitter. It's not new, really. It's a couple years old, but we got some information on how people and how the masses were actually commenting and reacting about it. So let's read these three Twitter quotes. Don't read that name. No, let's not read it. It's out there, but we're not going to read it. Just read what this one sister said.
EBT gone. This will make black people start a riot.
Read that again.
EBT gone. This will make black people start a riot.
She said this is going to make black people start a riot. Listen, everybody, it's common sense. It is common sense. You take what the people cling on to the most and people need for their very survival, and you take that away, people are going to react like animals. And this was just a microcosm of what's coming after this financial collapse ensues. Get that in their pocket for about the picture. Read on.
Phony baloney, really? If they cut EBT off, you are going to see a riot in this country, not some phony baloney protest.
Absolutely, because if we can't feed our family, and this is the only thing we have and use to feed our family, to feed ourselves, of course you're going to see riots. But it's going to get deeper than that, because it's not just going to be this EBT program and this WIC program that gets cut off. The $10, $20, $30,000 or $1,000 you have in your bank account is going to be worth absolutely nothing. When hyperinflation ensues, your gallon of milk is going to cost 5 times the amount. Read on.
4 p.m., please hurry up. These people with EBT finna come with guns if they stuff don't work. 4 p.m., please hurry up. These people with EBT finna come with guns.
What?
With guns if they stuff don't work.
Listen, man. And I'm gonna make a comment real quick. I have some co-workers of mine, and sometimes I just throw stuff out there to see how they react. I threw something at him about this the day it happened, and he's a European man, lives up in upstate New York. I'm not gonna throw his information out there, but he's up in the wilderness, if you will. Purposely moved there because he knows what's about to happen. You know what he said? After I read him some of this article, you know what he said? He said, listen, I want this to happen because I dare one of these, and he didn't say it because he knows who I am. He knows what nationality I am, but he said, I want one of these, he checked himself, people, to come up and try to take what's mine. I got something for him. This dude's making his own ammunition. Got every gun you can think of, every hunting knife you can think of. These people are ready. So as soon as you start not having anything, as soon as you're cut off from the government, as soon as you can't feed your family, obviously, the next best course of action is for you to go get what somebody else has so you can feed your family. And these people are waiting and ready for you to come. They're waiting for you to come and try to take what's theirs. These people that are up in the hills and the wilderness, a lot of them aren't even in the wilderness. They're in suburban areas just like you, outside of the main ghettos, waiting for you to start coming to them because they're ready for you. They got guns, knives, and they got everything they need to fend you off and to keep you at bay. And guess what you got? A whole lot of nothing. Let's keep reading. Is that it on that? I think there should be another couple quotes. I want to keep reading these quotes. We got 2 more.
They shut off, I'm sorry, they shut the EBT off so people can kill each other or arrest. They trying to start a war.
They trying to start a war. What war is that going to be? Don't you know Christ said nation shall rise against nation? Nation, nation, nationality, nationality. You know what that means? There's going to be race wars in this country. There will be. And it's really a class war. From those that are on the lower and those that are on the middle and upper. And the elite are in a class of themselves, and they're going to be watching now, looking at us kill each other. Looking at the military kill us and send us off to these FEMA camps so they can feed us in there. Because that's going to be the only alternative. Read.
EBT is down. There's about to be a MF riot.
There's about to be an MF riot. The people know it doesn't take a rocket science to explain this to anybody. So what do? What needs to be done? Preparation is better than cure. That's a quote we all should get familiar with. Preparation is better than cure. We need to prepare rather than wait till the last minute to try to find an instant remedy. There will be no instant remedy for this. The only cure, the only perfection that you can take is to come back to the commandments and to come under Christ. Come under the blood of Christ. Because what's about to take place, throughout the earth, especially America, is going to be something that you as an individual, if you're not sealed by the Heavenly Father, you're not going to be able to deal with it. Especially you Israelites. They're ready for you. They're ready for you to react the way you react. So let's get that precept real quick. Because the Bible prophesies this. Read on.
2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able.
So when this martial law is implemented, people are going to want to go to different cities, but they're not going to be able. These curfews that you've seen that were put in place after certain natural disasters, or really man-made disasters, most of them, but after these disasters, there's always a curfew. That curfew is going to be nationwide. Get ready for it. You're going to want to go somewhere else, but you're not going to be able. There's going to be checkpoints everywhere. Everywhere. Especially after the economic collapse. That really is inevitable. Them raising the debt ceiling, that's foolish. That is foolishness. Come on. I'm going to raise it. Listen, brother. I'm going to lend you $10,000 so you can pay back the $30,000 you already owe me. How does that work? All right. So now, the $40,000 you owe me, I got you. I'm going to lend you $5,000 so you can continue paying me back.
Hey, all right.
It's elementary and stuff. But you got these Harvard, these Yale economists that sit in front of the box and confuse you with their big words, their vocabulary. Try to explain how this hyperinflation will not take place, or the economic situation can rebound if the mortgage. Listen, it's a lot of jargon. You can't pay back the $17 trillion that we had, point blank. Don't you know China reduced the credit of the United States 2 days ago? They reduced the credit. Matter of fact, they made comments, their high officials and their economists made comments and said, the United States is holding the world hostage with their economic situation. They said they're holding the world hostage, what they're doing, raising the debt ceiling. All you're doing is prolonging the inevitable. All you're doing is prolonging the inevitable. And the reason they cut off the EBT is because they know that the first people they need to start focusing on, as far as the elimination is concerned, is the biblical Israelites. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and West Indies from the Fiji and Hawaiian Islands. They know that they need to focus on you. That's why they went to that system, knowing that we're predominantly the ones that utilize that system. Come on. Let's get back to that.
For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Men shall be afraid. You know who's going to be destroying houses? Not only us, to each other, looking for food and water. The military. Your military. Not even your military, foreign military that they already have in this country, training them. Because it'll be a lot easier for them to get one of these foreign troops to come overtake you than they would to have a homeborn, bred military soldier. It'd be a lot more convenient. It'd be a lot easier to convince them, listen, go take these people out. And make sure you kill these blacks and Hispanics real quick. If they ain't going to that camp, if they're not following orders, make sure you get rid of them. It'll be a lot easier for them to tell that to a foreign troop, a foreigner, rather than their own people. That's why when first it gets sent off to these different wars, it's called the Brown Shield. They send the blacks and Hispanics quicker than they would a European or any other nation. That's a fact. Read on.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
Nobody's going to care about anybody else. Why? Because it's going to be either I feed my family, brother, or you feed yours. Let's go at it and find out who's going to survive. That's going to be the mindset. And shooting these Walmarts, that was the mindset. People were ready to go all out. I'm surprised they left the carts there and didn't take them out of Walmart. But you know what? The only reason they left the carts in these stores is because they said the glitch was fixed. If they would have said the glitch ain't getting fixed. Listen, you would have saw a chain of Israelites organized for the first time in years talking about, let's get out of Walmart together. Walmart, let my people go. We get out of here. That would have been it. We'll get organized to do some wickedness. But not to be righteous under the Heavenly Father. Not to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and serve under Christ. Read on.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread.
Lack of what?
Because of the lack of bread.
The lack of bread. You saw a proxy of the lack of bread. Blacks, Hispanics, bugging out. No other way to put it. Bugging out because they weren't able to get their electronic benefit transfer, your EBT. Read on.
And for great tribulation.
Let's get back to that. Let's get another article. Let's get that next article. I think this is done. So we saw a proxy of what's to come. What's to really transpire in America. Let's read another article. Let's get at it.
Worse than healthcare.gov. EBT food stamp system crash.
Hey, if you're on EBT, you better listen up. You better listen up if you're on EBT.
Represent me. I don't know
Read
EBT.
it
I'm Team Money, man.
EBT food stamp system crash is inevitable. Here's why. Thank you to all those who shared and supported our feature article. I also want to thank James Wesley Rolls over at survivalblog.com.
You are too.
What's on many people's minds right now is whether the EBT card system is vulnerable to other glitches, failures, or defaults.
Of course it's vulnerable. Why? Because the federal government is controlling it.
I ain't get my food stamp this month.
Because the federal government is controlling it. Of course it's vulnerable.
I get extra this month.
What they did was just a test run. Read on.
Let's fight for the shit.
That's what
fight
this
for the
article
war.
attempts to
I
answer.
got my food stamps.
Let me thank you in advance for sharing this article with others who need to know this information.
I get my food stamps.
I believe this knowledge can save lives. Those who face reality and prepare for the inevitable EBT debit card crash have a far better...
Hey, Kazan, hey, brother Kazan, don't even, hey, brother Kazan, don't even interact. Don't even interact. Go ahead.
He's talking to me. He's talking to me.
Those who face reality and prepare for the inevitable EBT debit card crash have a far better chance of surviving it than people who had no idea this could happen.
And who does not have any idea? Let me get that Israelite sign real quick. Because it seems like a big joke to everybody. Let's get that Israelite sign.
Yeah, I'm a big joke. My name is Team Money. I'm always out here.
Team Money, brother, all right. Let's find out when you find out Team Money has no more money.
Oh, shit.
Team Money has no more money in your bank account and your EBT card, how you get fed. Let's find out. Brother, this ain't a joke. All right, brother.
Oh, you don't even hate that?
Let's get that sign, brother. No, because you know what? You're fooling around, brother. This is serious. Let's listen up, brother. Brother, listen up. All right, listen up then.
I'm listening up.
You know, let's read that part again. Read that part again.